stand for the invocation, the playing of the national anthem, the reciting of the oath of enlistment, and the Airmen's Creed. Second, we ask that you remain silent during these times, reflecting on the price that has been paid for our freedom. Third, we ask that you pay respect to the flag during the national anthem. Military members in uniform will stand at attention and render a salute. Civilians should stand and place their right hand over their heart. Veterans and military members not in uniform may render a salute or place their right hand over their heart. After the last note of the national anthem, you may return your hand to your side. We also ask that all cell phones and other electronic devices be silenced at this time. As flights pass in review, applause is appropriate, but please limit the applause so that others may hear the narration of the names and hometowns of the military training instructors. Please reserve the strictest respect during our oath of enlistment. During the oath, service members pledge their lives to support and defend the Constitution and our country. For the safety and comfort of those around you, we ask that you remain in place until our designated guests have departed the area. Restroom facilities are located inside the Finkston Reception Center and can be accessed through the front entrance. During this morning's ceremony, smoking and the consumption of alcoholic beverages is not permitted. Please be cautious when ascending and descending the bleachers. Please use handrails where available and watch for tripping, slipping, and falling hazards. Finally, please remain in your respective seating area when taking photos during the ceremony. At this time, please find a place to sit and enjoy today's ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the arrival of our official party and the playing of the musical honors.
Detail, attention, hut, forward, perch.
Please remain standing for the invocation given by Chaplain Perez.
Good morning. If you would like to join me in prayer. Gracious God, today we entrust to your care these outstanding young women and men who have chosen to wear the Air Force and Space Force blue. Watch over them and guide them as they work daily to defend the liberties and freedom we hold in common and which we deeply cherish. We pray that you bless their loved ones and their families. May they continue to be a source of comfort to them. Lord, be the strength of these Airmen and Guardians each day as they sacrifice in defense of this nation. Some will be called selfless, others hero, but at the end, all are Airmen and Guardians, strong and proud. May the coin that will be given today be used as a testament of their obligation to care for others and as an evidence of a job well done. Today we honor them as graduates. Tomorrow, they are our future, and in days to come, the legacy of a grateful nation. Give them the strength that comes through adversity, the good judgment learned through experience, and the understanding born of the liberation. Be their comfort and guide them in this new stage of their career they are about to embark. In your name we pray, amen.
Thank you, Chaplain Perez. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's Basic Military Training graduation ceremony. We would like to introduce our distinguished guests, beginning with the host for today's ceremony. The Commander, Air Force Basic Military Training, Colonel Jeff Pixley, accompanied by his wife, Andrea. The Senior Enlisted Leader, Air Force Basic Military Training, Chief Master Sergeant Leary Gaitan. Our reviewing official and Senior Enlisted Leader, the Commander, 59th Medical Wing, Brigadier General Jeanne Ryder, accompanied by her husband, Terry. The Command Chief, 59th Medical Wing, Chief Master Sergeant Mike Sholkoff. Also in attendance with us today, the Commander and Interim Command Chief of the 502nd Air Base Wing, Brigadier General Caroline Miller, and Chief Master Sergeant Luke Lucas. The Commander, 37th Training Wing, Colonel Rocky Wilson. The Vice Commander, 37th Training Wing, Colonel Trey Erick, accompanied by his wife, Wabanukwe. Although time does not permit us to introduce all of our distinguished guests, the 737 Training Group is proud to welcome each of you. We hope you enjoy today's ceremony. Our Commander of Airmen is Lieutenant Colonel Michelle Sterling, Commander, 324th Training Squadron. Brigadier General Jeanne Ryder will review today's ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the playing of the national anthem. Thank you. Please be seated. (737th Training Group, United States Air Force. Joint Base, San Antonio, Lackland, Texas. Subject, Commander's Excellence. The Commander's Excellence Streamer is awarded to the 324th Training Squadron, Flight 722, for their significant accomplishments, demonstrating teamwork, excellence, and a spirit of corps during the period of 14 July 2021 to 2 September 2021. Signed, Jeffrey Pixley, Colonel, United States Air Force. Ladies and gentlemen, the graduating airmen and guardians passing in review today represent a portion of the men and women who will complete basic military training this year. The 737 Training Group provides all recruits the essential military training to become motivated members of the world's greatest Air Force. The military training instructors are responsible for the indoctrination, development, and discipline of the airmen and guardians. They have dedicated endless hours to ensure all training objectives are met. Today's graduates have proven through academic studies, military training, physical training, and the development of teamwork that they are ready to take their place in the United States Air Force. Now passing in review, from the 324th Training Squadron, the Commander of Airmen, led by Lieutenant Colonel Michelle Sterling, Commander, Hometown, Navarre, Florida. Flight 723, led by Technical Sergeant Gregory Green, Military Training Instructor, Hometown, Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Flight 724, led by Technical Sergeant Jackson DeRisca, Military Training Instructor, Hometown, Port-au-Prince, Haiti. Flight 719, led by Staff Sergeant Emily Eddy, Military Training Instructor, Hometown, Palisade, Colorado. Flight 720, led by Technical Sergeant Daniel Sotelo, Military Training Instructor Trainer, Hometown, Melrose Park, Illinois. Flight 721, led by Technical Sergeant Louis Ogaz, Military Training Instructor, Hometown, El Paso, Texas. Commander's Excellence Flight, Flight 722, led by Technical Sergeant Donatero Davis, Military Training Instructor, Hometown, Memphis, Tennessee. Flight 715, led by Staff Sergeant Donovan Brumfield, military training instructor, hometown, Franklinton, Louisiana. Flight 718, led by Technical Sergeant Devin Bain, military training instructor trainer, hometown, Clarksville, Tennessee. Flight 716, led by Technical Sergeant Christopher Holmes, military training instructor, hometown, Modesto, California. Flight 717, led by Technical Sergeant Diego Moreno, military training instructor, hometown, Dallas, Texas. PT Excellence Flight, Flight 714, led by Technical Sergeant Alyssa Larson, military training instructor, hometown, Holtville, California. Academic Excellence Flight, Flight 711, led by Technical Sergeant Brian Lee, military training instructor, hometown, Sumter, South Carolina. Flight 712, led by Technical Sergeant Nicole Shickley, military training instructor trainer, hometown, Milford, Connecticut. PT Excellence Flight, Flight 713, led by Technical Sergeant Michael Griffith, military training instructor, hometown, Fort Hood, Texas. Musical support for this morning's ceremony has been provided by graduating Airmen and Guardians from the 324th Training Squadron, performing under the direction of Technical Sergeant Nathan Heald, hometown, Yorba Linda, California. These individuals have been hand-selected to perform for today's ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, now passing in review, our newest military training instructors. They have completed a demanding 7-week course encompassing 320 lesson hours and 23 evaluations. During their tour, they will be responsible for transforming 7,480 civilians into motivated warrior airmen and guardians. From the 737 Training Support Squadron, Class 21078, led by Technical Sergeant Joel Manspit, hometown, Maritzo, Guam. Ladies and gentlemen, Chief Master Sergeant Mark Sholkoff will now come forward and say a few words.
Airmen and Guardians, you're joining a team of professionals dedicated to integrity, service, and excellence. The Airmen and Guardians coin you will receive may seem as a simple coin, but it carries with it the history and heritage of our Airmen and Guardians. The men and women who have come before you have airlifted troops and supplies into the jungles of Vietnam, executed precision airstrikes in the deserts of Iraq and Afghanistan, delivered humanitarian aid to villages in Africa and South America. They have launched missiles and flown satellites, defended airstrips, and strengthened partnerships. They have stood on the North Pole, the South Pole, and everywhere in between. Over the last 7.5 weeks, your military training instructors have given you all the foundational tools required for you to be successful during your first term of enlistment. Your responsibilities as first-term airman or guardian is to learn your specialty, become exceptional at your craft, and lift as you climb by bringing your wingmen along. Your chances of competing opportunities in subsequent terms of enlistment are predicated on how well you fulfill those responsibilities of being skilled craftsmen and good wingmen. While here at BMT, you've had informal lectures and discussions about what it means to be a wingman. This term is deeply rooted in Air Force history and dates back to World War II, where Germans taught American aviators that a two-ship of fighters is always better than a singleton. Chances of survival increase exponentially when you have someone else watch your six. To this day, all new members in a fighter squadron are referred to as wingmen. While they know how to fly their particular airframe and can follow other pilots, they have a lot to learn about the tactics of their unit. Just like our enlisted airmen and guardians, their responsibility is to hone their craft and be good wingmen to their fellow airmen. In any fighter squadron, the very first briefing is on the 4 assumptions of a wingman that I would like to share with you. These are in effect the moment we are airborne. These assumptions are: if I am your lead, you can see me, either by line of sight or by radar. You're good on fuel, your instruments are working, and your weapons are operational to defend you and me and accomplish our mission. If these assumptions are not met, it is your responsibility as a wingman to squawk, tell the wingman that you are blind, that you are joker or bingo fuel, etc. At which time, you will either be cleared off or you'll be told to press, whereas the flight lead becomes the wingman, and lead follows you all the way through landing to a warm handoff, where maintainers can take care of the aircraft or our medics can take care of you. Aviators use these assumptions in everything they do, from mission planning all the way to the pub sortie. Airmen and Guardians are wingmen first, before they become technicians and craftsmen in their specialty. Wingmen protect one another, from others, from each other, and sometimes from ourselves. So be good wingmen, and everything else will fall into place. Airmen, I'll leave you with this. You're joining a team that will look to you to define the character of our air and space forces for years to come. We have the utmost faith in you because every time that you recite the Airman's Creed, you adamantly proclaim that you will not fail, and we believe you. I hereby acknowledge your completion of all graduation requirements and have recommended to Colonel Pixley and Chief Master Sergeant Gaitan that you receive your coveted Airmen and Guardians coin, which signifies your transition today from trainees to Airmen and Guardians. Congratulations. Military training instructors, you may proceed.
At this part of the ceremony, the military training instructors will distribute the Venerable Airman's Coin, and for the first time, distinct Space Force coins to our Space Force graduates. The lore of military coins has many colorful suspected origins. However, a popular story stems from World War I, where American volunteers formed flying squadrons in France during the Great War. One of the volunteers was a wealthy lieutenant who took great pride in his service and had medallions cast in bronze, with his squadron's emblem on them. He gave those medallions to every member of his unit. Not long after, one of the pilots was shot down behind enemy lines and was captured by a German patrol. The German forces confiscated the pilot's possessions except for the pilot's medallion that he wore around his neck. While in confinement in a small French village, the captured pilot took advantage of a nighttime bombardment by the Allies. He donned civilian clothes and escaped after crossing the front lines to safety. He came across a French outpost where he was initially thought to be a saboteur until he showed them his unit coin. The French forces recognized the unit emblem, and instead of any harsher treatment, he received a bottle of wine. Today, several military units have developed their own coins and specific rules for them. Many organizations give out their unit coins to recognize outstanding performances and achievements. The coins the airmen and space professionals receive today are unique in that they originate here at the gateway to the Air Force and are only given to those who complete this rigorous course of instruction. On one side of the airman's coin, the original emblem of the Air Force resides as envisioned by General Henry Hap Arnold, one of the first military aviators and later commander of the Army Air Forces in World War II. Beneath the emblem, the year 1947, the birth date of the United States Air Force, and around the rim of the coin, the core values of the Air Force: integrity first, service before self, and excellence in all we do. Inscribed on the other side of the coin is the newly recognized emblem of the Air Force, a symbol that honors the heritage of our past and represents the promise of our future. The emblem retains the core elements of the Henry Hap Arnold emblem, the Arnold wings, and the star within a circle. The modern effect of the emblem reflects our Air and Space Force today and into the future. Inscribed in a half circle above the contemporary Air Force emblem is the Air Force motto, "Aim high, fly, fight, win." And on the border of the coin, a reminder to all who see this is inscribed, "Awarded on the occasion of becoming an airman in the world's greatest Air Force." The space professional coin also has a distinctive design. On one side, it displays the original emblem of the Space Force, the Delta, which was first used by space units in 1961 and honors the heritage of the United States Space Force. Beneath the emblem is the year 2019, the birth date of the United States Space Force. Inscribed on the other side of the coin is the Space Force motto, Semper Supra, which translates to always above. This represents the Space Force's role in establishing, maintaining, and preserving our nation's dominance and freedom of operations in the space domain. On the coin's border is a commemorative inscription that reads, "Awarded on the occasion of becoming a charter member of the United States Space Force."
Flight commanders, place your flights at attention. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand as a sign of unity as our newest airmen and guardians recite the Airmen's Creed. I am an American airman. Congratulations, Airmen and Guardians. Now how about that squadron pride? Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Flight commanders, place your flights at ease. Ladies and gentlemen, we would like to take this opportunity to recognize basic military training's most outstanding performer, someone who demonstrated their ability to successfully navigate all assessments, testing their physical abilities, academic aptitude, and adaptability to the military environment through multiple progress checks. This airman has surpassed all others in the challenges of training and has earned the distinction of being the top graduate of this class. The top graduate is from Flight 716, Airman Julius Cruz. The recruiter of Airman Cruz is Master Sergeant Edgar Valpis from the 351st Recruiting Squadron, Warner Robins, Georgia. Congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, Brigadier General Ryder will now come forward.
Good morning. Let me begin by saying to the families, we wish you could be here physically to support your loved ones. 7.5 years ago, you entrusted us with your nation's most valuable treasure, your sons and daughters. Your support has pushed these airmen and guardians to successfully complete basic military training and join the world's greatest air and space force. I want to take this opportunity to say thank you for your support and encouragement, but most importantly, thank you for your trust. It is my great honor to introduce 501 airmen and 2 guardians from the 324th Training Squadron as your newest airmen and guardians. While you've been training in the world's greatest Air Force and Space Force, the country and the world have been shaken by a number of events in the Middle East. When the United States began its pullout of Afghanistan, there were complications that began a string of events. One that included an ISIS bombing of U.S. service members and Afghan civilians at the Kabul airport on August 26. We lost 13 brothers and sisters in arms, and many more were wounded in this violent act. My thoughts and prayers have been with the family and loved ones of those who lost their life and those who continue to fight for theirs. My heart aches for the units mourning their fallen comrades, but I am proud to serve alongside those who continue to defend and protect the innocent lives entrusted upon them. While the U.S. had stood down operations in Afghanistan, it is important that we continue to focus on the future peer-to-peer conflicts, the like that we have not seen since World War II. The way we fight the wars is rapidly evolving, and we must evolve with it. As the Chief of Staff of the Air Force, General Charles Brown, said, if we do not change, if we fail to adapt, we risk losing the certainty with which we have defended our national interests for decades. Global conflict is moving away from flying wars in the sky and shifting to one of cybersecurity. We must continue to adapt and grow with the challenges that are placed upon us on multiple fronts. In order to face and overcome these challenges, each and every one of us must develop a mindset of innovation and growth. We cannot become complacent with how we conduct business. As Admiral Grace Harper said, the most dangerous phrase in the language is, we've always done it that way. I urge you to challenge the status quo and do not settle for good enough. As you progress through your technical training and begin your career as an American Airman and Guardian, it is imperative for you to keep the mindset of innovation and competition. Learn your trade and learn it well. Always strive to learn, grow, and adapt. This is the charge I give you. When you get to your first duty station, focus and grow in your technical skills. Work to make your units more efficient and lethal. It will take every single one of you to have the mindset of innovation and a willingness to help foster a culture of change to keep our Air Force and Space Force the world's greatest and the most lethal force in cyber superiority and in the skies. Our nation needs you, our airmen need you, our guardians need you. I have one more question for you. Are you prepared to join the ranks of the world's greatest air and space force? I think they're ready.
Flight commanders, place your flights at attention. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand as Brigadier General Ryder will now administer the oath of enlistment.
Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name. Do solemnly swear or affirm that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic. That I bear true faith and allegiance to the same. And that I will obey the orders of the President of the United States. And the orders of the officers appointed over me. According to regulations and the Uniform Code of Military Justice. So help me God. Congratulations, Airmen and Guardians.
Thank you, General Ryder. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for the singing of the Air Force song, followed by the departure of the official party. Congratulations, Airmen and Guardians, on achieving this historic milestone that marks the beginning of your career. Flight commanders, dismiss your flights. Please be careful while exiting the bleachers.